Questions have arisen even in Western nations supporting the rebels as to who exactly is fighting in the Syrian conflict. RT's Irina Galushko takes a closer look now at how the standoff is attracting combatants from far beyond the country's borders.
Latifa Chiauchi keeps her son's room exactly the way he left it last spring. His clothes and art supplies are the only reminders she has of 21-year-old Sami.
Sami told his mother he was going to a conference in Libya. He wouldn't stay more than 1 week to 10 days. He went, and for the whole week that he stayed there, he called home every day. He called on the 22nd of March and said he's coming back to Tunisia, but never arrived. At the beginning of April, I got a Skype call telling me my son was captured on the border as he was crossing from Turkey to Syria in a group of fighters.
Further proof came with a Syrian TV report in which Sami was featured among the captured rebel fighters. He talked about coming from Tunisia to fight for the Syrian people. Still, the explanation wasn't enough to ease the minds of his parents. If anything, it made matters worse. They simply can't understand how a timid young man transformed into a jihadist without them noticing. But they do have some clues.
A year ago, Sami began praying, and I was very happy because I'm a Muslim and I thought it was a good thing. Maybe after that he started going to a mosque and heard something there that made him go off to Syria.
Official reports claim some 400 out of the 5,000 mosques in Tunisia are controlled by radical Islamists who call on their followers to take part in jihad in foreign countries.
The exact number of Tunisians fighting in Syria or Libya or Iraq is not known. But families and friends of those who went off to fight in a foreign land are saying that even one death is already one too many, especially for those who are fighting a foreign leader in a different country. The government says that they're watching the situation closely, but relatives of those who have died are not convinced. They believe that the government's silence is as good as a green light for the impressionable youngsters.
It's
known that for the last 10 years, most terrorist groups have Tunisians in their midst. Some are jailed in Belgium, others have been killed in Afghanistan. We know that a great number of Tunisians have gone to Syria recently, and it's likely that the government was encouraging them to go by being silent about it. The officials know about these things, but don't say anything. These fighters went to Libya, then they went to Syria by way of Turkey. We're talking about more than 100 Tunisians already killed in fighting in Syria.
The statement is supported by United Nations human rights investigators, whose report published at the end of 2012 warned of an increasing number of fighters pouring into Syria. Investigators said people from at least 29 different countries are fighting alongside Syrian rebels. Most of them are Sunnis, hailing from neighboring countries, but some have come to Syria from as far away as America and Europe. They get called in for a supposedly higher purpose, but once they're on the ground, the situation proves far more mundane.
It's impossible for any Arab combatant fighting in Syria to get treated. Whoever gets injured dies. I dare them to bring me a single Arab who got injured and treated in a field hospital. We are being treated as cannon fodder. We are the grease used to lubricate the oozing Syrian blood.
Despite such warnings, many young men in Tunisia still choose to go abroad to battle infidels in the name of Allah. Irina Galushko, RT, in Tunisia.